On today's video guys, I want to talk about the gold valuation on Chaos Dungeons and Guardian Raids so that we can know how profitable they are and also use the rest bonuses according to that, especially if you don't have a lot of time. And also I took the reference of a 1475 character, but the big picture remains the same for any gear level for your alts. Alright, so first let's talk about the materials value. As you guys can see here, I do have a list of materials that are rewarded from Chaos Dungeons and the Guardian Raids. So the price that I have here are based on US West, which is the region where I'm playing, and so of course the price will be different if you are playing in other regions, let's say in Europe or South America or US East, right? But the fundamentals will be the same on which daily is more important, and also we have to keep in mind the price may change in the future, right? But that will not affect this video as long as the Great Honor Stones doesn't go to the moon and like it skyrockets, right? And so, okay, let's look at the gold valuation on the Turtle Boy. I hate this Guardian, by the way. Every time I'm doing this boss, I'm getting knocked out on the floor POV. It's really horrible. Anyway, 2 times Turtle Boy a day will give you about 400 Guardian Stones, 135 Destruction Stones, and about 14 to 15 Great Honor Stones. Now, you also do need to spend a little bit of battle items for this Turtle Boy, but as of now the price of these battle items are not significant, so it doesn't really matter as of now. And so anyway, we do get a total of 576 gold in 1 day of Turtle Boy, which is not that bad, right? Now if you do use the rest bonuses for it, you do get about 384 gold, but also do spend less battle items in that process. But as I said, the price of these battle items are not that expensive right now, so I guess that will be a big deal in the future, but as of now it's not really a big deal. And so in 1 week you do get about 4,000 gold, and if you do use the rest bonuses, that's going to be about 2,700 gold, and that's a differential of about 1,300 gold, which is not that much, right? That's like the price of 95 crystals in my region. But if you need as much gold as possible from selling these tradables Great Honor Stones, then I guess it does actually matter a lot. Anyway, let's go over the Chaos Dungeons. I'll be honest with you guys, I really love Chaos Dungeons because they're so easy and brain dead, which for me is an important factor on being a good repetitive daily content. But enough bullshit, let's see the profitability of it. As you guys can see here, the biggest difference from Guardians and Chaos are the extra rewards that we get in Chaos Dungeons, like shards and gems and many others that I didn't include in here because they're actually dependent on RNG. Now, as you guys can see, the profitability of 1 day of Chaos Dungeon is about 1,460 gold worth of materials, either bound or unbound, and most of these valuations comes from the shards and the Great Honor Stones. Now, some of you guys might think, yo, who cares about shards? And you might be right, but in the future, shards will be really goddamn expensive, so getting them for free as of now is really good, especially if you are gonna hone that character into higher gear score. Anyway, if you do use the rest bonuses on Chaos Dungeon runs, that's going to be about 970 gold worth of materials, but we gotta keep in mind we do waste 1 run of Chaos every time we use the rest bonuses, and that run could have been a boss rush ticket drop, a gold or red gate, or a best in slot accessory, right? We do love copium, you know, sometimes it's good. Anyway, 1 week of Chaos Dungeons is going to be worth about 10,220 gold worth of materials, and if you do use the rest bonuses on that, it's going to be about 6,800 gold worth of materials, which are mostly bound. So that's a differential of about 3,400 gold, which is way more than the differential from the Guardian Raids. So both of these 2 dailies combined together in 1 week is a total of about 14,250 gold worth of bound and unbound materials, and this is not even considering the mats that you will get from dismantling, boss rush tickets value, cube, and others like accessories and stuff like that. Now, as you guys can see, most of this gold worth is coming from the Chaos Dungeons, which is more than 2 times the worth from the Guardian Raids. Now, if you use the rest bonuses on both of them for a period of 1 week, you do get about 9,500 gold, and if you only use the rest bonuses on the Guardian Raids, that comes out to 13,000 gold, which is normal, right? Because most of this worth comes from the Chaos Dungeons, as I said previously. And we can see that in this graph as well. Basically, the blue lines and the red lines are the metrics where you don't rest your chaos dungeons. On the other hand, we have the yellow and green lines where you actually rest your chaos dungeon runs. And it's very obvious, resting your chaos dungeon runs is not great, especially if you're looking to hone that character to a high gear score in the future. Now, some of you guys might have characters that are parked and maybe you don't want to hone that character forever, right? In that case, this valuation is worthless for you, but I think most people would want to hone their main or ults to a high gear score at some point. And also we have to keep in mind the value of great unleapt stones will decrease over time, and in fact it's already decreasing if we consider inflation and the price of great unleapt stones. It's stable when everything else is going up, right? On the other side, shards will go to the moon, so the differential gap from chaos dungeons and guardian raids will be even more consequent in the future. So TLDR, Chaos Dungeons are the best God tier Giga Chad PPG daily out there. Even Gold River said in Lore on Winter last year that Chaos Dungeons are the first thing you have to do when you log in Lost Ark, and that the developers actually balanced it pretty well to be as rewarding as possible for the players, and that's true as I explained previously. Which means if you are getting burned out from multiple dailies on all of your characters, just do your Chaos Dungeon runs on these ults, and that will be already enough for these ults to be able to progress in the future whenever you feel about honing them and progressing their gear score. And the Una dailies actually take like 2 to 3 minutes a day, so I think everyone can afford to do that. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope the video helped by any shape of meaning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.